All right, welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at a video of a situation that could have gone terribly, but thanks to some quick thinking, it didn't. Great anger management in this one, guys. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back to Trauma and Telecounseling's YouTube page. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really interesting video of a person who handles their anger super well and really effectively diffuses a potentially really dangerous situation. With each of these videos, when I select them, there is usually a topic or a concept that I want to share. And one of the things that I'm hoping to make clear over the course of these videos is how much anger impairs our ability to think critically. And it's one of the reasons why we make these like kind of dumb mistakes when we're mad. And so a big part of anger management and the way that I train it is recognizing where you're at and critically assessing the situation so that you can make really good decisions about what are some likely outcomes in these conflicts. And here we have an example of a person who kept their cool, was able to do a really effective assessment of the situation and make some really good decisions about how to handle it. Let me set the stage for us. We have a video of a person who is in a McDonald's or another fast food place and is really upset because their order is not right. So let's let it play out, and we'll sort of clarify as we go.
Give me my fucking money back! Give me my fucking money back there! Give me my fucking money back there! I ordered a large!
I don't care.
Where's the spit?
Yes.
Okay. So, as usual with these videos, we're starting the video as the conflict is in motion. So we have to infer a little bit, right? And so, it's very obvious that this guy's asking for his money back. The worker on the right here, who appears to be the frontline worker, is basically saying, no, you're not going to get your money back. And she's accusing this man of spitting. And he is saying, well, where's the spit then, right? So here we have a person who, the worker here on the right, is correct. You have the right to refuse service to somebody who's misbehaving in your restaurant, and that's it. This is not a criminal case. This doesn't have to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt. If the worker decides that this person is not a good customer, they don't have to be served, right? But here's an example of a situation where the worker might be technically right, but might be making a bad decision because this person is clearly very agitated. If they are spitting in the restaurant and they're cursing like this and acting in this way, this can tell us a lot about their mental state and how rational they're going to be in terms of their problem solving, right? So even though this person might be correct, this worker might be correct in denying service, it might not be the best move in terms of their safety, right? And what we're going to have here is somebody else who comes in, who's coming in after the conflict has started and who has an ability to be a little bit more rational about it because they haven't been involved. They haven't been getting escalated and elevated and sort of agitated by this person's conduct. So this person is going to come in with a different energy, and that's going to be really important here.
Give me my fucking money back! Give me
The
my
person
money
is
back!
acting
Give me my money back!
really erratically.
Order a fucking large drink! She said I can't have a large drink! Give me my fucking large drink!
Get this man large. No.
Where's the spit? I spit on you! Where's the spit on you?
It is over there.
Where's I didn't spit on you! You lying! Give me my fucking money back!
It's right there.
Ain't no spit right there. It ain't my spit. It ain't my spit. Give me my fucking money back or give me my fucking large drink.
What kind of large drink was it?
Give me a fucking Sprite. I ordered this shit on the paper.
All right, so what we see here is, the agitation on this guy in the black jacket is really evident, right? This person is really kind of over the top. Ultimately we're talking about, what's the difference between a small drink and a large drink at McDonald's? Not a lot, right? A couple of dollars, but maybe that's meaningful to this guy. So I'm not going to judge, I don't know anything about his financial status but this type of behavior is clearly not rational because even if it's a couple of dollars and that's really important to him, this is the kind of thing that lands you in an interaction with law enforcement, right? So we have here a person that we can kind of make a fair assessment is not thinking very clearly, right? Is getting very agitated about a relatively small problem.
Give me my fucking larger drink.
You're not going to spit.
Okay, and so we see the repetition here of the phrase, give me my fucking money back. Give me my, you know, this is, again, this classic sign that the person is out of the rational part of their mind and more into that sort of fight or flight mode.
I didn't spit. You lying ass bitch. It ain't no spit. No, I didn't order a small.
Listen,
I didn't order a small.
All right, relax, all right? I'm going to help you out, all right? Relax. You got a
You
small?
guys hear that?
Right, but I didn't order a small. Everything else here is small. When do I order?
Okay, so the worker did something that's really useful here. And when she got a moment to talk, she said, listen, I'm going to help you out. So what does this do, right? This establishes that we're on the same team. Hey, look, I want to help you. And what's unsaid is, in order for me to do that, you need to bring it down so that I can discuss this with you. And you can already see that that is causing a change in the demeanor of our guy in the black jacket here.
Small drink. Exactly. I didn't spit. Somebody else.
The voice level is down.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
They spit on the ground, but
I didn't spit on the ground.
All right. So one really interesting thing this woman did was she did not match his energy. It's really hard when somebody's really agitated and acting big like this, not to sort of meet them there. And here, I think that to meet him there would be to escalate the situation, right? But here, because she came in calm, she sort of set the stage. Hey, listen, I'm going to help you out. And then she's showing him the receipt. You can see that this has had an impact on his behavior. Now we're going to see something really interesting. Pay attention while nobody's attending to him. Pay attention to what he does. See that? He just spit. So he is indeed spitting. Let's look at that again. It's very subtle. When nobody's looking. There it is. Spits. All right, so the guy's doing exactly what he's been accused of doing. This is not a case of a sort of a mistaken identity or he hasn't been unfairly maligned. This is a guy who's absolutely spitting.
Oh, shit.
All right, so the energy level is way back down, right? So this is really important. He's calm, he's waiting, he's getting what he wants, which again, you know, is probably against the rules, but.
No, I didn't.
You spit, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I didn't spit right there.
But that's not a problem, though.
Y'all be
That's not a
fucking, y'all
problem.
fuck up my food when I come here and eat.
That's
I
not a
ain't
problem.
spit.
That's
Y'all
not a
fuck
problem.
up, y'all fuck up my food.
That's not a problem. Have a seat, okay? Have a seat.
Y'all
I'll take
fuck
care of
up
you.
my food.
I'll take care of you, right? I always
Yeah.
take care of you, right?
Yeah.
All right, so just have a seat. Calm down, all right?
And she knows she did a good job. Listen,
That's how you handle it. Watch
that's how you handle it, right? Yeah, here's a person who came in and made a great assessment of this situation.
Yeah, any drink, whatever drink you got.
The customer's like, I'll take whatever you got. You know, what's really interesting about this situation is that we have in the worker, the second worker, a person who's saying, you know, what's at stake here? Like, what would be ideal? What would be ideal here is to eject the person for spitting in the restaurant because that's clearly gross and nasty, and you know, they would be within their rights not to serve this person. But is that a likely outcome in this specific situation, right? In some generic situation, sure, that would be great. But here, I don't think that that's likely. I think that we see in the agitation level of the guy in the jacket that he's just not going to accept that. He's going to escalate things. And look at who we have around here. We have this big guy and these two women behind the counter who would really be in bad shape if things got physical, right? And what's at stake, right? What's at stake here is like a few pennies worth of water and soda syrup, I guess, you know, like it, this is a multi-trillion-dollar company that is not going to miss that. And if it keeps the staff here safe, just give the guy what he wants, right? Now, in the long run, does this mean that this person might think that this is okay to do? Yeah, perhaps, right? So perhaps there is a sort of a short-term cost here, but I don't think that that has to carry a lot of weight in this situation here. This person is doing the right thing to keep herself and her staff safe. She diffused the situation. Yes, the guy got away with misbehaving, but that's okay. It's not your job necessarily at work to right every wrong that happens, right? I think that here we have a person who did a really good critical assessment of a bad situation and was able to make a great decision about it. So this kind of brings me to the topic that I wanted to discuss today, which is being able to rationally assess a situation when things are agitated, right? Sometimes we get into conflicts with people in our lives and our desired outcome is not even possible, right? So again, in this situation here, this person is acting out. They've clearly been spitting and acting gross. Who knows if they, maybe are not fully stable. And so what would be the ideal outcome? Get the person to follow the rules, deny the service, give them what they actually ordered, and if necessary, call the police and have them escorted out. So that would be ideal, but is that on the menu here? And I would argue no, right? You have here a person who's out of control, who's not listening to reason, and who is really going to have a hard time listening to that. So what's the best outcome in the circumstance? Safety. And this worker did a fantastic job of that. She didn't get hung up on the spitting, even the new spitting that happened, even though she identified it. She said, we're not even going to worry about that, which was beautiful. She let the guy know that what the end of this was going to be. Before they even got into the discussion, she goes, look, I'm going to help you, right? And that took his energy level right down. And she did this really cool thing where she didn't meet his energy level. And we see this reflected in a video I did recently where a guy was accosted by a woman on a bike, and he did a really similar thing. Go check it out. It's a great video. But he did the same thing where he didn't meet her at that energy level. And because he didn't, that video was less successful than this one. This woman, this worker, really kind of took the wind out of his sails by not pushing. And again, that's really important to remember. In conflict, a lot of times when you push on somebody, they dig in, and you can lose the possibility for a peaceful resolution. So here we have a great example of anger management. I think this person did a wonderful job. And I hope that there wasn't any consequence. I mean, I can't imagine there was. Anybody watching this situation would see that she really handled this super well. So I hope this was a helpful video. I think that this was an example of A+ anger management. We see the person managing her own emotions, and in doing so, really diffusing a pretty volatile situation. So thank you for checking out my video. This has been a great experience. I hope that this is a lot of fun for you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, make a comment. If there's something that you'd like to see in a video, or if you have a video that you'd like me to take a look at, I'm way open to it. We're seeing a lot of themes between mass transit and fast food restaurants, so we'll keep an eye out. Maybe there's something, some correlation or causation going on there. But it's been really interesting to see the repetition of these two settings. Once again, njangermanagement.com is my website. If you are in the state of New Jersey, and you would like to get some counseling, I can do virtual. If you're in Central Jersey, in the Monmouth County area, I am available in person as well. So give us a call, check us out on my website, and thanks for checking us out. Take care.